chop, chop, chop. Chop, chop. TSEBOKOLODI. Diggy, 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 dig. Looking at the white tip of her tail, yellow mongoose, cynictispenicillata, giving you an incredibly rare view for anybody in the world out of the billions who might ever see this. To look down at a wild yellow mongoose is absolutely unprecedented, except here in the Meerkatmagic Valley Reserve of the Meerkatmagic Conservation Project. Hello out there, welcome. It's Tuesday, the 20th of January, 2026, and this is a live stream of Mongoose Magic Moments Diaries here at the Meerkatmanchen Research Base. And it's a very windy day. A few clouds coming over, as you can see now. And our superstar yellow mongoose, Kakulu Kucholina Chenorentola, is already taking cover in the shade of the tree. And of course, like meerkats, the yellow mongoose is a very sensible creature and will spend a lot of its time when it gets too hot inside sleeping areas which are nice and cool, or they will go and spend their time in the shade of a tree such as this, as she forages for all the delicious insects that have been attracted to these last remaining green plants, as we're in a terrible drought in the reserve right now. You can just see how incredibly dry it is here. There's not even a blade of grass, not even a green succulent right now. I've just got back from the reserve river, everybody, and I saw a crab trying to get to safety of the last little watering hole. Watch out for those shorts. I will be uploading those videos over the day. And I was following a wild porcupine trail. That is what we call the old man of the mountain. And incidentally, it's part of your heritage site too, no matter where you are on this rock that we are all on, because that is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, the Cape Floristic Kingdom, and that is the Great Black Mountain Range, die Groot Swartberge. I'll just zoom in again there. Can you see the forehead? Please do drop a comment. Where are you watching from today? How are you? I hope you are well. Look at the forehead, there we go, the eyelash and the nose. There are pictures of that with snow on the mountain in my Meerkats book 2016. And you might wonder, well, what we're watching? Here we go. It is, of course, our famous superstar. That's right, Hollywood and Bollywood. You've got nothing compared to our superstar wildlife. Yes, her mother was on the big screens at the Super Bowl in America in 2010 with the BMW Unscripted series and BMW Unscripted Grant, along with the Ungulungu Meerkat group. All right, she's seen something in the distance. It's a much more dangerous day. Thank you for the loves. Oh, thank you. I do appreciate the subscribes. And I do appreciate comments. Please do keep sending them in. Even if they don't come up on the live stream, I will be checking comments later, as I do on a daily basis. Yeah. Please share the love. Like and subscribe. Tell somebody else to come join the live stream. It all depends on our superstar when she's had enough of me as this noisy object that she's been tolerating her entire life since she was born in November 2018. Welcome, everybody. Yes, welcome everybody. You are watching a live stream of Mongoose Magic Moments right now, and this is of course our film star, the world famous Kakulu Kucholina Chenorentola TSEBOKOLODI. And no, she is not nervous of me. She ran to cover because that's where she's staying at the moment. It's very hot. She's been coming out of these little escape tunnels. A big shout out to you, Alessia Torchini from Italy, and Asia Chile from Associazione Suricati Italia, who sponsor our work here in the Meerkatmagic Valley Reserve of the Meerkatmagic Conservation Project. Let's give you an unprecedented view of a yellow mongoose, Cynictispenicillata, as she goes about foraging here in the shade of this tree. Yeah, when it's windy, vegetation moves suddenly and unpredictably. That's why I'm not moving around much at all now. I don't want to distract your attention. And of course, many predators fly around in the thermals. So, for those who are familiar with the world-famous Ungulungu meerkats that I've been protecting since 2001 here in the reserve area, you will know that meerkats have a black tip to the tail. They also have a very thin tail compared to the very puffy tail of the yellow mongoose, which can puff right out, almost like a squirrel tail or a cat's tail. In fact, a typical mongoose such as the yellow mongoose. Hello, my love, Alessia Torchini. Ciao, amore mio. Ti amo tantissimo. Passa una bellissima e fantastica giornata, amore della mia vita. Brrr. Ciao Dobby e Eri, e Asia, e Luciana. Anyway, back to the stream. Welcome everybody. Thank you so much for the likes, subs, and shares. Please remember to drop a comment. And to our familiar viewers, I'd just like to mention Alessia Torchini is one of our greatest sponsors, along with Asia Chile, and I like to mention everybody who sponsors our work. And of course, let's get back to the action. Right now, Kakulu Kucholina is watching out for possible danger. Let's just have another scan ahead here. No, this is not a tame mongoose. You are watching a wild mongoose here in the reserve. She can go anywhere she wants, and this is the Meerkatmagic Valley Reserve of the Meerkat Magic Conservation Project, home of the Stone Dojo Gym, the martial arts dojo. It's also world famous. You can Google map search for that. I put it in as the location for all of the different videos now. Hello and welcome out there. Great to have you with. Please do drop a comment on where you are from. If you have a specific question, you are welcome to ask. This is your opportunity now to ask a wildlife research biologist your wildlife questions. I'm all about conservation through education. So right now, let's go down to eye level with a foraging yellow mongoose. Of course, she knows me incredibly well. I have followed her since November 2018. For everybody who follows our work, you will know this very well already. Please also notice how focused she is. But that doesn't mean she will not notice if I move suddenly or unpredictably, and I can lose her trust in an instant. And that is why I have various sounds and signals and shoes that are very specific to this entire area. These are not just any kinds of shoes. Let me show you. Yeah, they're world famous already. Yeah, never mind Gucci or Prada or any other products out there. They've got nothing on these shoes. These shoes are far more valuable to me because these shoes have been sent marked by wild Meerkats and Mongoose. And it means I'm part of their territory. It's an olfactory association to our psychologist friends out there. NLP, Neuro-Linguistic Programming. Yeah, and this is a displacement reassurance. I've been doing this as a professional nature conservationist and wildlife research biologist since 1993. Please do drop a comment. Where are you watching from, people? Please don't be shy. If you're joining the stream, you're part of history, because this is the only place on the planet, and we are the only people out of billions who are watching a wild yellow mongoose foraging for food right now. Cynictispenicillata. All right, it's time for questions, everybody. Are you ready? I've been mentioning the answers many times over. Watch some of our videos as well to find out more if you are not sure. How many nails does a yellow mongoose have on its front paw? How many nails? I'll give you a clue. It is the same number of nails as a dog has. How many nails does it have on its back paw? All right. Yeah, conservation through education. I'll be uploading some videos from earlier this morning. I've been doing a lot of research already, but I do like to stop whenever an opportunity presents itself, such as this. And the answer is, I don't see the comments with the answer, so I'm going to tell you. 5 on the front feet. On each foot, there are 5, so it's 10 on the feet. 4 on the back foot or paw. So a total of 18 digits. How many nails does the meerkat have? Suricati, Suricato, erdmaennchen, stokstert Meerkat, Grytjie Meerkat, Grou Meerkat, Suricati, Suricata, Suricata. How many does it have on the front feet? They've got the same number on the front as the back feet, so different to the yellow mongoose right there. The meerkat has 4 nails on the front feet and 4 on the back. 4 and 4, I should say, on each foot. So a total of 16. The yellow mongoose has 1 digit less than the banded mongoose has on its back paws. Banded mongoose has 5 on the front, 5 on the back, a total of 20. So quite an interesting variation there. Of course, the yellow mongoose is only one of the species of mongoose that lives in this area. We have the water mongoose, Atilax peludinosus, the Cape Grey, also just known as the grey mongoose, which has had many scientific name changes. It used to be Gallerella, and now it is Herpestes. It has been reclassified to join along with the many other Herpestes species. And there are over 35 different mongoose species in the world. All right, just checking around. Let's get back to action. Of course, this is an unedited wildlife documentary. So what you see is what you get. It's behind the scenes in science. Unlike all of the edited documentaries I have worked with since 1993, the chances are if you've seen anything to do with meerkats since then, you are watching my work or I have been involved with it somewhere along the line. With the BBC, Simon King, Sir David Attenborough, with National Geographic, Nick Stringer, with Discovery Channel, Nigel Marvin. Yes, I am name dropping because these are world famous film crews and presenters, and they have all worked with the meerkats and the mongoose that I have worked with myself. 7 years in the Kalahari Desert. A big shout out to you if you ever watch this. Professor Tim Clutton-Brock from Cambridge University Large Animal Research Group, LARG. We spent 7 years together in the Kalahari Desert. He was my employer, along with the University of Pretoria Mammal Research Institute, MRI, in South Africa. All right, let's get back to anatomy. What is the difference between the yellow mongooses, and that's the plural, mongooses, not mongai and mongoose? What is the difference between their ears compared to that of a meerkat's ears? What is the big anatomical difference? For those of you who have read my book, Meerkats, in 2016, you will already know the answer to this, and I've mentioned it in other videos too. I wonder if there will be any comments with the answer. What is the difference between a yellow mongoose ear compared to the meerkat's ear? You're getting a beautiful view of her ears right now. We can even see behind her ears. It's incredibly rare. Most people will not get closer than hundreds of meters away from a mongoose, and they will not see it maybe for more than a second or two if they are lucky. I'm going to move back slowly here. Just to give you an idea of how she seems to completely become invisible within a moment. Now, as a human traveling in this area in a vehicle or walking past, I can assure you a mongoose like this is not going to allow anybody anywhere near her that she does not recognize. And that is why I let her know where I am at all times. Even when I'm walking along, I'm calling to mask the sound of my feet or any scraping sounds or crunching sounds. And this is why you have become familiar, if you have ever seen any of our meerkat and mongoose films, with how people even get so close to these wild animals. And that's where the nickname the Meerkat Man and the Mongoose Man comes from. It doesn't just happen. You don't just walk up to these animals. It's years and years of interspecies work, communication through NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, She's staying close to her security of this tunnel system here. It's getting very, very windy, which means the danger levels are increasing exponentially. The yellow mongoose has fine hair covering its ears. The meerkat has a fleshy valve. It has a thick fleshy ear and a valve inside that can expand to seal off the ear canal completely. It does not have the fine hair covering its ears like the yellow mongoose here. Next question. I repeat many of these questions in our streams. If there are any school children out there, or parents of children, or friends of children, schools, universities, please do ask them to subscribe so that they can ask me questions live and have them answered. Yeah. I've done charity work to hundreds of different schools. I've also been to Britain and talked to schools there before, but I spend all my time now doing wildlife research. Ah, here we go. Look who's come to visit, everybody. Do you recognize this bird? This is now the world famous Lanius colaris, the fiscal shrike, the deceiver, the liar. Check out my recent live stream where I actually recorded this for the first time in wildlife film history, where this bird actually made an alarm call, which was a fake alarm to disturb the foraging yellow mongoose right here. And look how it's back again to see if it can find any snacks. Yeah. It is called false advertising or deception in nature. The bird learns by association that when the mongoose and when meerkats, incidentally it follows them too in this area, are eating food, if it gets close by and then suddenly makes an alarm sound, they will react and then often drop the food or leave it, and they will then quickly swoop down, the bird that is, and take the food. Yeah. Again, thank you to Alessia Torchini, Asia Chile, for the sponsorship of these pipes. Associazione Suricati Italia. Please do check out our European shop. Links are in the comments of most of the videos. There are over 1,400 videos. We are over 1.9 million views, going up to 2 million views soon. All right, I'm just busy having a look around to see where everybody is at the moment. TSEBOKOLODI is inside the tube. It's nice and cool. TSEBOKOLODI. Just a quick guest appearance from our superstar. Now she's returned to her trailer equivalent. I'll see if I can get a different angle here. Perhaps she's coming out the other side. She'll often lie at the entrance of the tubes, getting a nice bit of a breeze coming through, cooling her down, and also getting that bit of shade. TSEBOKOLODI. The whole time, however, I'm letting her know where I am, so she does not get a surprise if she was to emerge. I can see her. There she is. TSEBOKOLODI. Just at the entrance. Yeah. TSEBOKOLODI. All right, it's time for her siesta, everybody. I'm looking at that point. She's having a little snooze. I can see her nose sticking out in her front paws. That's wonderful. As you can see, it's an extremely windy day here already, even though the temperatures are cruising upwards over 28 degrees centigrade. The wind chill factor is about 3 or 4 degrees probably. To the south, we have the Outeniqua mountain range. usually covered in clouds, and it will quite often be raining, and there won't be a drop of rain here, and we've had droughts for months and months and months over the last year, 2025, and already in the distance I can see the heat shimmer. Look at that, above the horizon, as we head up to 30 degrees centigrade probably in the next hour. It's still cool. It's going to get very, very hot. That mountain range in the distance is also world famous, and it's part of your World Heritage Site, viewers. The UNESCO World Heritage Site, the Cape Floristic region. All right, I'm going to sign off here. I've got lots and lots of videos to share with you from earlier today. One with a crab, one with a porcupine track, and of course many of our film star before it became too hot and she's gone in for her siesta. All right, until the next time, please do like, subscribe and share. Please do drop a comment, even if it's a comment on other videos. I will check them. Please do consider becoming a VIP member and joining the channel on a monthly subscription. And of course, please do check out our European and American shops. And if you send me a picture of yourself with our merchandise, I will feature you on our social media. Have a beautiful day. All the best.